Professor, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can, Maz.
You started to break up. What happened?
I went into the building and found some kind of huge mechanism.
What do you mean, mechanism?
Do you know what an orrery is?
An Oreo?
An orrery. It's a mechanical representation of the solar system.
Oh, I know the kind of thing you mean.
Well, when I activated it, it began to glow, and the planets moved to form a hexagon shape.
Spectacular, but what do you mean it began to glow?
I'm not really sure what was happening, to be honest. Blue light from somewhere inside the mechanism.
That sounds amazing. I've got to work this into my film. Would you be able to get back in and show some of the crew?
I don't see why not, but I'd have to find them first.
I'll go and see if Sam's managed to get hold of anyone yet, but I bet there'll be someone at the trailers near the east entrance.
Well, I was down there earlier and couldn't see anyone.
Okay, well, try the parking lot by the history building. There's bound to be someone over there.
I'll have a look.
Thanks, Professor. Let me know when you find someone.
I need to tell Lex about what just happened.
Tom?
Yes, it's me, Lex.
So what happened with your rocks?
Okay, now I know what this is going to sound like, but hear me out.
Did you find a magic unicorn, Tom?
I'm being serious. Are you at least going to listen?
Sorry. Go on.
I used the sequence that those rocks were arranged in to get into a building. There was this large mechanism, like a partial orrery, and when I activated
The
it...
planets lined up which allowed you to travel through space and time?
Are you going to listen to this or not?
It sounds like something you'd find in a video game, Tom.
Look, the planets formed a hexagon shape, as if that's where they are relative to the sun right now. Now, what if that is actually true? Surely that would provide some pretty strong evidence that I've uncovered something genuinely interesting.
Did you tell Kayfer?
Yeah, he seemed very excited by it.
I don't know what to tell you, Tom. It's obviously a setup. The fiasco with your book showed how easily fooled you are.
Now, hang on.
I know you don't want to talk about it, but you're the perfect mark.
That's not true. My research was always rigorous. I was the victim of an elaborate fraud.
You were a victim of your own eagerness to find evidence that supported your theories.
That's unfair.
You always get drawn towards the stories and not the science.
All right, here's what I'm going to do. The astronomy department is around here somewhere. So if I can get in, I might be able to establish whether or not this hexagonal planet alignment thing is actually happening.
You think they'll have a big sign saying it's time for a hexagonal planetary alignment party, do you?
Not necessarily, but I bet I can find something.
Okay, well, I'll do some research at this end. Call me back when you get a chance.
Will do.
knew it! I can't wait to tell Lex.
A Disney classic.
Hello?
I was right.
Really? Because that'll be the second time this year.
You're so very funny. I mean, I was right about the planet alignment thing being real.
Are you sure?
Definitely.
Most astronomy sites seem to be about telescopes and telescope-related paraphernalia, so they weren't much help.
Well, it's happening. There was, in fact, a poster about it in the astronomy building. So I'm not sure your idea about this all just being an elaborate hoax holds up to scrutiny.
I'm not convinced. I think we're still at least 3 Sherlocks short of comprehensive scrutiny.
I'm assuming you're using Sherlock's as the international unit of scrutiny.
Used everywhere except the USA, where it's the Kojak.
Okay. Well, Kayfer suggests that I look for crew members near the history building. So I'll do that while you continue to scrutinate.
Just keep your eyes open, Tom.
I will. I'll check back in later.
It's escaped again. It's reached the library. They want everyone over there right now.
Hey, what's going on?
Rooms 2 and 3 are already in position.
Faster on the outside. This is probably a bad idea.
So, what was next?
I'm tempted to call this an obelisk. It seems to be heavily weathered, so was either removed at some point, or this area was originally exposed to the elements. I'd call it Neolithic. But these stone markings are closer in style to a Bronze Age proto-script. I think I've discovered where the smell is coming from. What the... Hello?
Professor, this is Sam, Mr. Kayfer's PA. We spoke earlier. I haven't got long before he comes back, so please listen.
Is everything okay?
I imagine by now you'll have seen some stuff that could be described as hard to explain.
Yes, that's fair.
You need to find Kayfer's office. He's using room 217 in the history building. The answers are in there.
Okay.
He keeps the balcony doors open because they're protected by a gate, but the gate will unlock if you give the security pad a firm tap on the side.
And what am I looking for exactly?
I have to go. He's heading back over.
What's going on, Sam?
The man's unhinged. Be careful.
Sam? Sam? Tight, tight, tight. Oh, that might be useful.
Hello?
It's me, Lex. I found Kayfer's office.
Okay. Is he there?
He isn't. Well, actually, I sort of broke in.
What? How can you sort of break in?
The back doors were unlocked. Well, anyway, Kayfer's PA called me. She seemed really anxious and said if I got into Kayfer's office, it would help explain everything that's been going on.
What did she mean? What's in there?
Well, there's a lot of stuff on the walls.
Like what?
There's an image with the word Thote Gra under it.
Thote Gra? Scholars believe this to be one of the names for the guardian of the sacred fire in pre-Christian Europe. What else?
What about Fanalixu?
Fanalixu. Origin unknown. Only referenced once in a 12th century manuscript known as DM Supremum.
The final day.
So, I'm guessing that these names are the old gods in Kayfer's film?
Possibly. There's a map of the university on the table. It's got 6 metal objects marking different locations around campus.
What locations?
Well, I've been to some of them. It's where the weird underground stuff is. But there's something else.
Unicorns.
post-it notes.
Sinister.
There's one next to each marker with names of people from his film crew written on them.
Which means...
I think Kayfer's waiting for these old gods to rise so he can film them and use them for footage in his movie.
Oh, come on.
I really think that's his plan.
Well, it's probably cheaper than hiring Industrial Light and Magic.
I'm serious. There's no other explanation for everything I've seen.
The other explanation is that Kayfer's done his research. He knows you're easily enticed by this kind of supernatural nonsense, and he's decided to put you at the centre of his latest project. He's creating a whole new genre. They'll call it profsploitation.
I don't think so, Lex. There's more to it than that.
What? Like ancient entities trapped under a university waiting to rise when the planets align?
I don't know, but I need to get to the bottom of whatever it is.
So, what are you going to do?
On the way here, there was shouting in the distance about something happening at the library. That might be where everyone is. The guy who was shouting was near a building called the Long Room, so I'll head in that direction. If I can find the crew, I might be able to get some answers.
All right, well, if I can't convince you that it's all a fabrication, then at least keep an eye out for cameras. I really am certain that you're being filmed. And be careful.
I will. What's this?